Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your weekend sport. A lot to get to, so let's get started. We start with the Yukon Quest report. Things are becoming clear as the race could be ending pretty soon. Brent Sass, he continues to cruise towards Fairbanks with no mishap so far. He was first into Circle City early Saturday morning for a 6-hour rest. Alan Moore, he trails in second place. He is headed to Circle with 14 dogs, followed by Hugh Neff in third, Ed Hopkins fourth, and Cody Straith in fifth. Jor Uslam, who was in the top five for much of the race, he scratched today in Eagle. In a doubleheader at the Patty Center today, the UF men's team went up against the Yellow Jackets of Montana State Billings. Alaska led 48-36 at the break, going 8 from 12 from 3. MSUB, they went 7 of 12. Mark Matthews, he had a game-high 20 points with 5 trays. MSUB, they nailed 12 threes of their own, but Alaska, they just went crazy today. They led as much as 26 in the second half and shot a red-hot 15 of 23 from beyond the arc. 65%. It's the third most made threes in the game in UAF's history. For the Nanooks, they had 19 assists and only 3 turnovers today as well. Anthony Reese, he led 5 other Nooks in double figures with 15 points. UAF ends their 9-game losing streak, winning 87-65 with a spectacular shooting display.
We were just making shots. Everybody shot efficient from the field, and also from 3. So I guess that was a big difference.
You know, a plethora of us put the ball in the bucket, so hopefully that carries on and we can still have that defensive energy along with the offensive energy, and that'll hopefully bring us wins the rest of the month.
And it was a special afternoon for the UAF women's basketball team before they hosted rival number 3 UAA. Alaska honored the late Linda Moffitt, who was the catalyst for women's basketball at UAF. Today is the 40th anniversary of the first intercollegiate women's game at UAF. Also, Ellen Hannon's number 33 was retired at halftime. Hannon is Alaska's top rebounder and second all-time in scoring with 2,051 points. What better way to honor those women than with the win? Alaska started the game well as Autumn Childers and Cassie Williams provide the early scoring. UAA, though, they gained their first lead at 13-12 as Megan Mullings went on a solo 8-0 run. Alaska was ahead 36-27 at the half. No final as of airtime, but we'll have more in the weekend recap. And we go to high school hoops action from this afternoon. Let's go to West Valley. The Wolfpack girls hosting the Colony Knights, number 1 versus number 2. The first game of a doubleheader. This is a rematch of the Diamond Prep Shootout Final, which the Wolfpack won 40-24. Colony, they eked out a 45-44 win over Lathrop on Friday. In this meeting, it will be much like that final we just mentioned. Colony tried to stay close. They trailed 35-28 after 3 quarters. Ashley Turcotti led Colony with 9 points, but too much Ruthie Hebert and the Pack, they led the Knights by 7 going into the fourth quarter. They will hold them to 7 points in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Hebert scored a game-high 28 points, and the Wolfpack win 52-35 and improved to an impressive 18-0.
Yeah, I thought it would have been close because we knew they were number 2 in state, we were number 1, and that they would want revenge. So we came out with everything we had, and that's what helped us win that. It definitely was a team effort. We changed a lot of plays to where they would think they would zone in on me, and then I'd pass out. So we've been working on shooting line practices, and Kaya and Teresa shots definitely helped us get the win.
And in the boys' game, West Valley, they beat North Pole by 24 on Friday. And Colony, they fell to Lathrop in the final 2 minutes on Friday night. This was the first meeting between the two squads this year. It was pretty tight through 3 quarters. West Valley, they were up 13-11 after 1. Tyrell Peterson, he led the Pack with 10 points. Colony, they took a 29-27 advantage into the break. The Knights, they had a 35-29 lead going to the fourth as Robert Sonnenberg led Colony with game-high 14 points. He's been balling for them lately. West Valley, they ran out of gas in the fourth. The Knights, they outscored the Wolfpack 14-7 in the last 8 minutes, and they come away with a 49-36 win. Friday night was game 1 of the senior series for the Alaska Natick hockey team. UAF hosting number 1 Minnesota State Mavericks. The Mavs wanted to be spoilers on Friday night. They scored on their first shot of the game. Max Gady was able to find the back of the net, and it was 1-0 after 1. Then in the second period, Colton Pareko, he threads a beautiful pass to Tyler Morley, who was able to tap it in for the game-tying goal, and it will be 1-1 going into the third period. It was still tied 1-1 at the end of regulation. Senior Sean Cahill, he kept the Mavs at bay with 17 saves, while Stephon Williams of Lathrop fame, he made 29 saves for the Mavs. The counterparts did not allow a goal in overtime. And game 1 finishes in a 1-1 tie. UAF gets a point. They can earn their second win of the season over the top-ranked Mavs tonight, the last home game of the season for Alaska. Senior Jonas Loeffler skied his best race of the season for UAF at the Central Collegiate Ski Association Championships on Friday. 5 Natick men and 3 Natick women were top 15 finishers in Minneapolis. Loeffler's 4th place finish in the 20K race was his best of the year. He finished in 45 minutes, 43.1 seconds. The men's team sitting in 2nd place with 54 points. They're behind Northern Michigan with 69. On the women's team, sophomore Anatina Marksett paced the Nooks with a 6th place finish in the 15K with a time of 45.07. UAF sits in 3rd place with 49 points. Lastly, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs benefited from some clutch play on Friday night. Hans Gorowski, he scored the game-winning goal with 38 seconds left in overtime, stunning the Bears in SoHi. As the Ice Dogs, they won 4-3. Gorowski was one of 4 scores for Fairbanks. Kenai also had 3 different players score. With the win, the Ice Dogs improved to 31-13-3, and they clinched a playoff spot with the win. They can sweep Kenai again tonight with the win in SoHi. And that's it for sports this weekend. Join us here on Monday for the weekend recap in sports. Katie Looper is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.